Okay, I think we are live. Guys, I tried to go live over on Instagram and it kept kicking me off. So let me share this real quick. I think we're good. Guys, if you can hear me, can you just drop a 1 down in the comments? I don't think that I'm choppy over here, but I'm not sure. So yeah, if you can drop me a 1, if you can hear me, that would be awesome. If you don't know who I am, my name's Tanya Johnson. I am the founder of Helping Hearts Homeschooler. And like I said, I tried to go live on Instagram. I know most of y'all follow me over there for like homeschooling and marriage specific content, where this page is a little bit more family friendly and just kind of, you know, some fun behind the scenes things. Let me make sure that I am still live, because it is showing weird things on my end. Okay, I think I'm good. So I'm just going to keep going. I'll have this uploaded on YouTube a little bit later, so if you missed part of it or if it is not cooperating the best, then we can always watch the replay over there. But basically, I have been helping parents and grandparents navigate the awesomeness, but also the messiness that is homeschooling and parenting and marriage and all the things in between. So if you're watching this on Facebook, shout out to you, because like I said, this is not my homeschool platform. If you're watching this on Instagram, if you want to check out the stories up at the top, that is all of the behind the scenes when it comes to homeschooling. That is all of the like nitty gritty day-to-day stuff. I also share how I took my Instagram when I only had 89 followers and turned it into what funds my homeschool journey completely. So if you want to check that out, you definitely can. And yeah, if you want to check out the highlights of the Instagram, that's like specific subjects. So if you need science ideas, check out the science highlight. If you need math ideas, check out the math highlight. All the good things. And then the link in my bio will help you if you're looking on choosing a curriculum or finding out your teaching style or finding out your child's learning style. So, like I said, hi. Okay, awesome. I know Facebook's actually telling people now. Hi, Surah. Guys, if you're watching live, drop me a live down in the comments and let me know, are you married, yes or no? Again, not a right or wrong answer, and you can use the tips I'm about to share in a lot of relationships, but marriage is just the one that I am focusing on with the tips today. And then if you're watching the replay on YouTube, if you like the content, consider subscribing. It helps me. I'm definitely looking to grow these platforms just so I can deliver better content to you. Again, when it comes to homeschooling and teaching and child rearing and all the fun things that come with motherhood. So, without further ado, I am going to do a small business shout out before we get started. And then, like I said, I'm just going to share with you how to become a friend to your spouse. And this is actually kind of funny. It's an acronym. So if you want to get a pen and paper and write these down, you can. You definitely don't have to. But before we start, I do want to do a small business shout out. This shout out goes to, let me pull up their, I had it ready when I was doing this on Instagram, so I was prepared. It is Genius Cat Books. Now that's the name of the company. They do not just have cat books. So they sent me out 2 books. First one, and I know it's going to be backwards. This says Nobody Likes Unicorns. And they sent me out some super fun stickers to go along with it. Can you see these? There we go. So there is, okay, that one's adorable. So we'll probably end up making a card for somebody as we're reading this book. And if you want to follow me over on Instagram, or if you're on Facebook, you just want to watch out for the stories for the next couple of days, I'll be actually reviewing these, but today is just a shout out. The second book is just called Pop. So this is a company I would highly recommend if you are trying to get your kids to fall in love with reading. Now, they also sent me to go along with this book some Amish popcorn. So we are going to make Amish country popcorn. So we're going to make this, put it in this popcorn bag that they sent, and we're going to probably have like some kind of movie night when we read this book. So we're just gonna, or you know what, I might just pop the popcorn and like do it as a reading night. We might read a few books that night. So that actually might be a better idea. So without further ado, I want to share with you how to be a friend with your spouse. If you are watching the replay, go ahead and drop hashtag replay. And if you're watching live, go ahead and drop hashtag live. So the first one is F. So again, this is just an acronym, which means there's like a cute little saying for each letter for the word friend. And I didn't come up with this, guys. I literally got this at a homeschool conference. I don't remember which one, but I know I have notes on it. So I know I didn't come up with it out of my own brain. It was just something that jumped out to me. So I wrote it down, and now I want to share it with you. So F is find fun things to do together. So what are some things that you and your spouse enjoy doing together? Now I know for me, we've been married for almost 8 years now. Early on in our marriage, it was very easy to get into a rut. We got to where dinner and a movie were our date nights a lot of the time. And if you ever have gotten into a rut with your date nights, drop me a 2 down in the comments. Guys, it happens. Do you want to say hi? She wants to look at the unicorn book. You want to say hi? Hi. Okay, so, guys, I work from home. This is my life, okay? Everything I do, pretty much my child is around. So go on a date, not just dinner and a movie. Find something that's fun. Are you going to go look at those books? Apparently, she's already loving those books. She hasn't seen those yet. So she saw them when you saw them, and her eyes lit up, and now she's going to go explore them. So like I said, if you want to get your kids to fall in love with reading, go check out their brand. They have amazing books. Take turns doing what the other person likes to do. My husband and I are opposites. He loves everything sports. I like to go do things. I like to go to theaters. Like, I absolutely love musicals. He's not such a huge musical person. I like to do activities. I like to go dancing. I like to go, what are some things that we've done lately? I like to go to like, they're not fairs. I do like fairs too. But in the summer, they're like little, I don't know, activities, festivals. Like there's a popcorn festival coming up for our area that we're going to go to. He is not a big fan of those. He likes to go to movies. He likes to go to sports games. Those are really his 2 big things. I love to play board games. He's not a huge board game person. So find things that you can do together. Some ideas are amusement parks. I said board games already. Movies, museums, fairs, anything that you can go and enjoy each other's company. During the fall, it's about to be fall here, bonfires. Go to apple orchards. Now, we don't like to go pick apples, but we do like to go walk around our local apple orchard, and we love to get like hot apple cider and go do a hayride and stuff like that. And yes, do family dates, but also make sure that when you're doing these fun things that you take time to do fun things with just your spouse and not your kids. Because one day you're not going to have kids. You're going to want to know how to enjoy your spouse and how to have fun with them without having kids in tow. Because one day they're not going to be there. They're going to be grown and have families of their own. And I know as a mom, we don't like to think about that because it's sad. It definitely is for me, but that is the reality of it. So F is find fun things to do. R, refresh one another. Meaning, be an encourager. Don't always be sarcastic to your spouse. Don't belittle your spouse. Don't say things like, well, of course you didn't do it. You never do it. Well, are you kidding me, babe? You left the trash can liner out of the trash again? Like, I cook and clean for you all day long, and you can't even do one thing I ask you to do? Those are not things that edify our spouse. I know for me, that was not an easy thing to do because I grew up in a home where a lot of it was sarcasm and just cutting each other down. And we called it love, but that's not a correct way to show love. And it's something that bred over to us as kids. So I know it's something that, for me, for a while, I was teaching my daughter to do that to myself and to my husband and to anyone else in her life. So that's something you want to stay away from. You want to make sure that you are communicating and you're doing it in a way that is uplifting to the other person. I is include your spouse's ideas. So chances are one of you in the relationship is going to be the thinker and one of you is probably going to be the doer. So one of you has great ideas, but you don't ever follow through with them. One of you has great ideas and you get them done. In my family, I am definitely the doer and my husband is a thinker. He is amazing at coming up with ideas, but then the follow through usually is not there. Where I typically will take a little longer to come up with an idea because I go through all the pros and cons because that's just my personality. But then I sit down and I execute it pretty quickly. I can see big picture stuff a little bit better than he can, where he's a little bit more of a short-term goal person. I want to get it done and like get a reaction now, or get a result rather now. So there definitely are times when we're needing to get a project done, or maybe homeschooling's really my department, so I don't really include him on homeschool stuff much. I've tried, he just isn't that interested, which is fine. But when it comes to like family vacations or house projects, it's easier for me just to do it by myself and plan everything by myself. But I know it means a lot to him when I include him in the planning process, and then I don't get irritated during the actual execution part when I'm the one doing it. So find out who the thinker is, find out who the doer is, and sit down and have a conversation, but include both people's ideas regardless who's going to be doing the bulk of the work when it comes to actually executing them. E is enjoy life through laughter. So this kind of touches back to have fun with your spouse. Guys, don't take everything so serious. I know we say that. It's a cute little Pinterest saying of learn to laugh at yourself, but really, learn to laugh at yourself. If something doesn't go your way, or you're kind of made a fool a little bit, and I'm not saying by your spouse, but just something happens in life that isn't the best, you don't come out looking the smartest, laugh at yourself. Just enjoy each other. Let's see. Yeah, so, and then to further go through that, your family should be the family that everyone wants to be around. And I know that sounds a little bit narcissistic, but hear me out on it for a minute. First off, if you have kids, which most of my audience does, you want your house to be the house that all the kids want to come to, because you want your house to be a house that your child wants to stay at. And that's what we've kind of cultivated here with Glory. And you can ask majority of her friends, like if you could take Glory to your house or you come to Glory's house, they all want to come to Glory's house. Glory's house has all the awesome crafts and the board games and the sleepovers and all the fun things, because we want our house to be the fun house. We want our house to be the house that all of the kids want to come to, and as she's older, all the teenagers want to hang out with, because we want to make sure that our house is a house that we enjoy being at. So it's more for us than it is for other people. But if I can make my house the house that all the parents and all the kids want to hang out at, then it's automatically going to be the house that I want to hang out at, and my husband wants to hang out, and my daughter wants to hang out at. So you want to do it for yourself, but if you do it on a bigger scale of like, okay, my house is going to be the it house, then automatically you're going to want to be there as well. So F is find fun things to do together. R is refresh one another. I is include your spouse's ideas. E is enjoy life through laughter. Honey, go look at that in another room, okay? You do not open it. She's looking at the popcorn, and I do not want that all over my carpet. So N is notice the little things. Now, I feel like N and D should be primarily talked to the husband, but wives, I think that we can get some good tips from this as well. So notice the little things would be like when they do the dishes, or they take out the trash, or maybe the stuff that goes unnoticed, like does your spouse go to work every day so you can stay home and be a stay-at-home mom? Now, not everyone has that story, and that's okay. But if you do, that's something that is easy to take for granted because it happens every day, day in and day out, without thought. And I've definitely been guilty of taking for granted that he goes to work every single day. Now, granted, I do too. Those of you that follow me, you know I work online. Like, I literally make my money from social media. But he still goes to work every day. He still brings home a paycheck every week. And it would be the same with him not noticing that I go to work every day, even though I don't leave the house. Does that make sense? So look for the things that might go unnoticed and notice them. And then D is dole out the cash. ladies, how many of you guys like to go shopping? Like, let me know in the comments, what is your favorite store to shop at? So if you're watching this on YouTube, I expect to see some comments down at the bottom letting me know what's your favorite store. For me, outside of Amazon, because that's online, probably Target would be one of my favorite stores. That's like such a basic answer, I know. But I do enjoy Target. Ma'am, no. Okay, do me a favor, go sit on the couch until I'm done. Okay, so it's all fun and games until they start getting into everything because they know that you're on a video. So Target is probably one of my favorite stores. In other words, don't be a tightwad. Let your spouse enjoy something that they like. Go buy them something nice that maybe is a little bit out of your comfort zone to spend that much money on. And I'm not saying go spend your bill money. I'm not saying be dumb with your money. But either you have the money and you're just hoarding it, which is fine. Save, be smart, but also realize you're not going to take it with you when you go. Or maybe you really don't have the money, then you need to find the way to make the extra money, which is why I started doing this. So I get it. I've been where I don't have extra money to spoil my spouse and spoil my kid, but my spouse is what we're talking about here. But there are ways to make extra money. You just have to be willing to work hard enough for it. Have the fun dates. Guys, I can't tell you how many times we've gone to Dave & Buster's and we're like, we just spent how many hundreds of dollars here for no return? But we made memories. That was our return. That was our date, and it was fun. We went, trying to think, I guess Dave & Buster's is probably one of the more outlandish ones we've done, and we did this as a family date because the meal alone was almost $100. I would not recommend eating at Dave & Buster's. I would get food before you go. Because it just wasn't that great, in my opinion, for the price that we paid. The games were awesome, but we spent a lot of money on games. If you don't know what Dave & Buster's is, it's basically a giant arcade. Think Chuck E. Cheese times 10, but for adults. Adults and kids, like families can go, but there's games that adults would actually enjoy. This probably was one of the most ones that I was like, we definitely overpaid for this, but it was fun. Probably. Musicals are another one that usually are very pricey when you're getting good seats. But yeah, so there's lots of ways you can find to spend money. The fair's another one that we always spend a lot of money on. And then at the end of the day, you're like, how much money did I spend? And I have nothing to show for it. But again, you have memories, guys. Marriage seminars. Those are usually fairly pricey, but they're worth it. We go every couple of years. It's funny, the first time that we announced that we were going to one, once we had started working on social media, so we're a little bit more public with things, we had so many people asking us, like, oh, is something wrong? What's wrong? Like, no, nothing's wrong. We're going so nothing gets wrong. That's why we go to a marriage seminar. Weekends away. Same thing. We love to travel, so we love to, usually we do this with Glory, but you can do it without your kid or with your kid. But either way, don't be afraid to dole out the cash and spoil each other a little bit. So just to recap, how to be a friend with your spouse. So find fun things to do, refresh one another, include your spouse's ideas in things, enjoy life through laughter, notice the little things, and dole out the cash. So let me know, what was your favorite one? What was your least favorite one, if you want to put that in there? But what was your favorite one? And like I said, if you enjoyed this content, if you don't mind sharing it, I would appreciate it. Again, I am looking to grow this channel over the next 12 months. Either Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever platform you're watching this on, I am looking to grow the brand so I can bring more content to more families and help you guys with all things homeschooling, marriage, and parenting. So have an awesome rest of your Thursday.